Welcome back, everybody. This is Blockman4519, and we are back with another ROM overview. This one here is XOSP. As you can see by the moniker in the upper left-hand corner of my status bar, um, if you guys liked Stone's builds that he was doing, and if you guys have been following Stone, there are, I guess, he's not going to do the builds anymore. He's focusing more on his mod, which, by the way, runs outstanding. Now, I haven't tried it on this one yet, but you know me. I will get to it here eventually. But anyways, I happened to see this ROM over on the 1+1 site, and I was looking into it, and they actually built for the Nexus 6 too. So I thought, you know, what the hell, I want to go see what this is all about. So I did, and it is a really nice ROM, guys. If you like those builds, you know, where you're basically getting a lot of the Xperia phone or Sony phone apps and look and the launcher and all that, then this is the ROM for you. The apps that comes with it, I'm gonna go real quickly. You're gonna get your album, of course, the audio recorder. I'm trying to think here. Scroll down here real quick. I almost said Instagram. No, that's not. You get the music app. You get the recorder. The sketchpad comes with it. I mean, it just comes with a lot of Xperia apps. Viper for Android, man, I love Viper for Android. It's awesome, guys. It works very well. Does a very nice job with sound quality. Picking up that bass a little bit. Of course, it does come with the weather also. Just all kinds of really cool features. Now, as far as the launcher goes, this is the Xperia launcher, of course. But what is cool about it is if you go to your app drawer and you scroll all the way over to the left, you're going to get your suggested apps, which are apps that you use most often, or stuff like that. And then you're going to get recommended apps, where it's just a bunch of apps. They look at what you have on your system and basically recommend, hey, you might want to try this one or that one, and that's how it does it. If you click on it, obviously it takes you right to the Google Play link, which I think is pretty cool. Instead of them just putting it on your system and forcing you to run it, they say, hey, man, give it a shot, or give it a shot. Man, I can't even talk this morning. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this build. Alright, but before I do, I want to show you guys who the developer is. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. It's the one at the very top there, above the post. But I didn't want to try to pronounce it because I know I'm just going to chop it all up. That's like me trying to pronounce my buddy's name that actually made the theme that I did the video on here not too long ago. Wait a minute, I want to stay there. Who created Accent. Yeah, I really butchered his name. It's actually Aditya Gupta. That is his real name, and that's even probably not pronouncing it 100%, but a lot closer than the way I pronounced it. So that's why I wanted to do that. I really didn't want to chop his name up. So we're just going to fly down here. We're going to go to About Phone. You are going to see this is XOSP. This is for the Nexus 6. Again, guys, this is also out there for the 1+1. I may do a video review on that one as well. We'll see. I want to see how much different it is, because if it's not much different than what it is here, there's really no sense in me doing one on here and one on my 1+1 if they're identical. I don't know. If you guys want me to, post and I'll do it. Again, XOSP, this is for the Nexus 6. This is your mod version, XOSP 5.4, unofficial. This is the 5.10 build, so this is the latest build. trying to think here, anything major. Oh, I flashed a different kernel, and again, guys, here the reason is it's because I don't want to force encrypt, and I don't know that much about the kernel yet. I was trying to do some reading, and I'm getting some mixed bag answers on it. And you know me, I don't like to ask questions. I'd rather research it. But I really wanted to try this ROM out, so that's why I'm running Blackbird kernel. It's an awesome kernel, and I know it's not going to force encrypt, and that's why I'm running it. That's pretty much it for that. We are going to go to straight up to the custom features on this. It's called XOSP Settings. I'm going to do things a little different this time. That way, those of you that do not like to sit through my whole ROM, I'll go through the custom features, and then you can just leave if you want. You can run with the XOSP logo. Of course, you have your SuperSU indicator. You can turn that on or off. Font, I have it coming soon. I don't know what that means, but I just figured to hell with it, and I threw it up there. And of course, I like the fact that you can change your status bar size. Way to go. Developer did a good job on that. You know, because yes, we can't color it, but at least I can make it big enough it's easy to see. That white's so hard to see sometimes, and especially when it's got really, really small font. So nice going with that. Date and time, date style, you have all that there. You can actually run with your clock seconds if you like, and then underneath that's going to be your traffic, your network traffic. You guys can enable it if you want. Don't enable it. Right now I don't have it enabled. Now under buttons, personalization. This is where you're gonna do all of your nav bar changing around. These are your dimensions for those of you that like to see that. Also, this is your button layout. Hit edit, physically move the buttons where you want it. You click save, and it's good to go. I'm going to move it back. Click save. Then you have your show arrow key, and of course your slim dim. If you guys use that, it is here. Nav bar, double tap to sleep. Now we have our power menu. Not a lot of features to choose from on the power menu. I'd like to see a little more features on that, but I'm happy with what's there. It's basically what CM would have on theirs. So, you know, it works. And, you know, it's as good as it, you know, it works. That's what I'm saying. Then, of course, you have your volume buttons. You guys can set them up whether you listen to a lot of music or not. You can set that up to, you know, your music style if you want, or just set it up to do like I do, and that's just raise and lower the volume. Swipe to the right, we have our miscellaneous personalizations. You have your system app remover up on top there, and remember, make a backup before you uninstall anything. This is, you need to read the OP on the XDA thread, you know, about this ROM. It goes into detail about how he built it, and just read it. Before you go uninstalling anything, you want to be really careful. Underneath that is going to be your screen settings. Tap to wake, double tap to sleep. Your double tap to sleep on the lock screen, prevent accidental wake up, all that. And I do want, okay, it is. I was going to say, I wanted my tap to wake to work because it does. It actually works very nice. The kernel that I'm using, Blackbird, really, all those features work right out of the gate with that. Your recents categories, you have your clear all button. You can pick where you want to put it. They do give you the 6 different locations as opposed to left, right, or none, which is pretty cool. I like that. Then, of course, you have your interface. These are going to be your screen and animations. Dashboard settings. You guys can go with, you know, the 2 or 3 columns if you want on your settings main page. I kind of like just a 1 column. Then, of course, your dashboard tile view title. This breaks the title up into a couple rows. I usually like to have that on. Then, of course, your dashboard switches. I run with that on myself. You guys can do whatever you want with that. And then, of course, I like to have the charging current shown. I just think it's a cool feature to have, and I run with it. Next up would be your notification drawer personalizations, task manager, contextual header. That's really nice. I think that all ROMs should have the contextual header. I like that. Then select your images. And this is what they give you to choose from. Be nice if we'd be able to choose like you know, a downloaded pack. That would be cool. But they just give you default, modern, and poly. I'm going to go ahead and go with modern, and that's what the modern look looks like. Of course, if you guys want to see the other default, looks pretty much the same. And if I'd go with the poly, that's going to be the poly look. I don't like the poly, so I'm going to go back to modern. Um, Swipe to the right. This is going to be about XOSP, and this is about the developer, the ROM, official sites, donate, all that. Guys, you know me. I've said it in the past. If you like a ROM, you know, download the ROM and try it out first. You know, and if you like it and you run it, and this is your daily driver ROM, donate to the developer. I mean, it's just, I know I say this on every video, but it gives the developer incentive to want to keep going. You know, and they do this out of the love of building to begin with. But you know, when you develop, it shows your appreciation. When you donate, it shows your appreciation to the developer, and they strive to even do more. So that's just the way it is, guys, and it just shows your appreciation. So off my soapbox, and back to it. And again, guys, this is it. This is everything here on about XOSP. And that is your XOSP settings. Now I'm going to show you again. This does come with Viper for Android. You're going to have to download the drivers for that. I was reading on the website they had some people had issues with it. I had no issues at all. Downloaded, rebooted my phone, come right up, set it up. It's all working just fine for me. I don't know. You know, I guess I don't know. Some people have issues. These are your sound settings. Of course, I have my ringer volume and notification turned off. I even put none and none in for both of them just in case I get a message. I don't want it screwing up my video. These are your other sound settings. Let you look at that. Then, of course, you have your vibrate control settings all the way at the bottom. I'm going to get rid of that vibrate on touch, even though I haven't felt any vibrations, so I thought it was already off. Let's see here. Display and lights, brightness level, adaptance, brightness. You have your live display if you guys run with that. This is your live display. Rotation, ambient display. I do have ambient display on now. I'm testing a couple apps. They're supposed to work with it. So that's why I'm running it. Normally I don't run it. It's a battery hog in my opinion, but you know, like I said, I'm testing. Then you have your sleep mode, you know, how many seconds, minutes, whatever. Wake on, plug, cast, wallpaper. By the way, wallpaper is limited on this. Now, the wallpaper that comes with it, I guess, well, we'll get to that. You go to themes to set that up. So if you go to Zedge and put a wallpaper on and you want to go back, the best way to do it is to go to your theme manager, pick the system theme, and go with the system wallpaper. That'll put it back to the way it flashed, the way it looked when you flashed it. Of course, Daydream, LCD density. Guys, if you're going to change your LCD, make sure you do a backup or know what you're doing before you do that, okay? If you change that to a number and you don't know what you're doing here, it'll get to the point where you won't even be able to find your icons and your folders and stuff on your desktop or your screen. You can screw it up that bad. Then, of course, this is your battery light settings, notification light settings. And of course they do have expanded desktop. It's basically going to run through and say, hey, these are the apps that we see that you can run expanded. You can pick and choose from those if you want to. So that's what that's all about. We're going to scroll on down. These are your themes. Of course, you have your standard. Remember what I said, if you wanted that stock wallpaper, that is the wallpaper that gets flashed when you first boot up. That's what's going to show. Of course, I'm running a different wallpaper. I kind of picked it from Zedge. I wanted something to also show, you know, the Xperia phone. But I am going to show you that the theme does work. The theme engine does work. I just want to pick something that's not over the top. Let's go with Vibrance. You know, I always liked Vibrance. Now, the new theme engine style, I've noticed whenever you pick a theme, If you go through styles or just straight theme, everything's checked by default. So if you don't want something, installed, you make sure you uncheck what you don't want. So I'm going to run through. I'm going to get rid of a lot of these. Wallpapers I don't want. I just want navigation bar, status bar, and style. That's all I want. Right now it's running through and applying them. I normally do them one at a time, but lately CM's theme engine has been working so well, and this is the latest update that I don't even screw with it. I pick what I want and go, and it works. Fonts, see, I don't like that. That is an issue with this theme and this ROM. So, anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to, because I want to run a different font, and I know which one I want is transparent. I'm going to go down here. Uncheck everything but fonts. And move that over, hit apply. And should only be fonts. Back. And I'll change my icons through, well, I guess I'm not running Zedge. Anyways, so that's the theme. This is Vibrance, the theme Vibrance. I've actually run it before, but I figured I'd let you guys see it again. And I wanted you to see that the theme engine works. Now, obviously, Vibrance has an issue with this ROM. I didn't have that on any other ROMs where you couldn't read that. But that's why you try themes. You try them out. Sometimes they work. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes you have to move on to a different theme. I'm gonna stick with this one. Okay, sound went through. This is your notifications. This is where you have heads up. You can turn it on or off. Then, of course, you have your do not disturb and all of that other stuff that goes with notifications underneath that. Security. Device administrator. Make sure you guys have unknown sources ticked on. And that's pretty standard under security. I think they have. Okay, and of course they have status bar settings. This is up on top where you can pick and choose what you want to show in your status bar. Then, of course, you have your clock style. I like it on center. AM, PM, you can show battery status style. I'm running, of course, with the Xperia text battery prototype. I think it's really cool. So that's what I'm going with. You do have your brightness control. And by the way, those of you that watch my battery while we're doing the video, you guys have to remember now I'm recording this on a screen record. So my phone right now is actually recording 1080p. I think I have it 1080p. It might actually be Quad HD. But it's recording in high definition. It's going to suck my battery power down on full brightness. So, guys, don't go by my battery percentage. It's going to differ for you. Again, you have your brightness control, show notification count, and then your quick pull down. You can choose whether you want it right, left, or run not at all. Where are we at now? Status bar. Privacy. Yes. These are going to be your privacy settings. Your privacy guard, block caller list, and your protected apps are all there. And I think that's about it. No, I wanted to show you language and input, and here's why. The Xperia, it comes with the Xperia keyboard, and this is what's cool about it. And I'm actually running the Xperia keyboard. I don't usually run it, but they've done so many changes with it now, especially with the skins. Yeah, I'm running it. And right now I have the purple one enabled, and it's cool. I like the way there's a set of numbers on top, permanently, and the swipe works on it. No problems at all. I'm telling you, I've had no issues at all with this ROM. None. It's actually performing very, very well. And we'll run down through developer options very quickly. You have your advanced reboot. You have your root access. Although I did flash SuperSU, so I am also running that. Android debugging, bugging notify. These are all of your debugging choices you can choose from, logs, stuff like that. Then you're going to have your networking under that, then input, and then drawing. And then in the bottom of drawing, you're going to have your multi-window mode. Then if you keep on heading to the bottom where you get to apps, it's going to be your kill app back button. And then, of course, the seconds that you want, or your milliseconds for your default timeout for that. And that is pretty much for XOSP. Really cool app. I mean, really cool ROM. Now, one thing that I did notice about it, when you're running the stock launcher with this, and you set a custom wallpaper. Now, I've noticed that it doesn't quite center itself, and that could be because it's running with 4 as opposed to 5 windows. So if I would put an extra window on there, move my home over one, the wallpapers would probably center up perfectly on that. So that, I mean, I'm nitpicking now, but like I said, as far as it goes for actual running, it's great. It runs smooth. The launcher is not really dogging it much. These launchers tend to be a bit on the heavy side, kind of like TouchWiz launcher. That's why I always run Nova launcher. It's one of the lightest, fastest, smoothest launchers that I've come across. But this launcher is pretty cool, and that's why I wanted to run it. If you touch and hold on the screen, that's going to bring up your options. Obviously, themes do not work. That is the Sony themes that runs only on a Sony phone. Hey, you can't get it to work on a Nexus 6. But you do have your widgets. These are your widgets. Of course, there are some that I loaded with the apps that I'm running right now. Just keep on going here, let you guys see it. I did have a little issue trying to set up my weather. Because, and I'll show you guys, I will show you that. Wallpaper. The only thing you have for wallpaper is you go into album or live wallpapers. And even under live wallpapers, I was kind of disappointed because there are no live wallpapers. I would have loved to have seen, like how Movie Stone, when he built his, he put in the Sony live wallpapers. I like Sony's live wallpapers. They are awesome. So, developer, if by chance you happen to watch this video, which I highly doubt it, it'd be cool if you could include the Xperia live wallpapers. That would be awesome. I think they make 2 or 3 now. I really like the one with the square, the circle, and the triangle. That's kind of reactive with your battery. That's an awesome one. I like that. But that's about it, guys. I don't think that I can go much more than that on here. I think I've given you everything that you need to know. I will put all the links in the descriptions as usual. Again, the developer is, I'm not going to even try to pronounce his name, but it's right here. NITIN.CHOBHE. So make sure that when you go there, make sure that you thank the developer if you like the ROM, and don't forget, donate also if you run it as a daily driver. $1 is not gonna kill. Anyways, I want to thank all of my subscribers. You guys kick ass. I'll say it one more time. I started this whole project out by 2 of my friends that live in Georgia asked me, "Hey, how's that ROM run anyways? Can you describe it?" I made a quick video. I put it on YouTube, and instead of hitting private and just giving them the link, I hit public. And apparently some of you guys out there like them. So that's how this all started, and I really appreciate you guys. And if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you on the next one.